Hey, what's going on, guys? Godstatus here. Today we're going to be using the Scar-PDW. It's a gun that I used to not really have any kind of favor towards, and it was something that I just considered really weak. It never really seemed to hold up to what people made it out to be, until I started using it a bit more recently. It feels like it was buffed, but I could be wrong. I don't have anything that says it was buffed or anything along those lines, but this gun, as I came to learn, can two-shot to the head at close range, which for a gun like this is pretty good. It doesn't have any insane rate of fire, and it doesn't have anything kind of pushing it to be overpowered. It does have some good recoil. It has a lower rate of fire, which I actually like because it makes it seem like the gun is a bit easier to control your ammo and always save out on ammo. When you mag dump in a gun, meaning that you use every single bullet in your mag, it takes a lot longer to reload, and that can be pretty punishing on a lot of guns, especially things like LMGs, let's say, where it can add over a second of reload time to your reload if you completely mag dump, and that's really not good. You really want to avoid that, obviously, but having this gun have a little bit slower rate of fire does definitely help, in my opinion, and it doesn't seem to really affect the gun all that much. I definitely think it's more of a benefit than, or more of a positive than a negative in any sense, so definitely the way to go. I am enjoying this gun quite a bit, though. It feels weird that the gun kind of sounds like a Scar hammer in a sense. It doesn't sound as, it doesn't sound the exact same, but it's a little too similar for my liking. I don't know. It might just be me nitpicking, but overall, the gun is really good. Why did I didn't let go right. Oh, okay. I didn't let go right click right there, but that works. But like I said, this gun overall is really strong, and I'm definitely becoming more and more of a fan of it. It isn't anything that's like top tier in its own sense. It does good damage close range, but it's one of those guns that, in my opinion, really relies on getting that headshot. If you don't get the headshots, you're not going to do anywhere near as much damage. And instead of 2-shot in close range, it could be a 4-shot, or excuse me, a 3-shot to the body at close range. So that one extra bullet does really help you, so getting those headshots really does matter with this gun, which fortunately isn't too hard to do because of how little recoil it really has, and the slow rate of fire, so it isn't kind of forcing your recoil to be absolutely wild. Ooh, nice shot, man. It isn't forcing your recoil to be absolutely wild, but it also doesn't push you to do anything kind of dramatic with it. It's a really easygoing gun. It doesn't have much of a learning curve. Ignore that sub sound. It doesn't have much of a learning curve or anything, so I'm definitely a fan of it overall. Hopefully we can pull something off here. I know it is kill confirmed, and it is prison break, which means it's a little bit closer range of a map, so tags will be collected a lot more than other maps, so the map might end a little bit early, but I'm not really worried about it. I think we could still pull off something pretty decent overall. Get a little bit of a pre-fire going right there. We should be okay, though. Oh, I'm so dead. Yeah, that was not good. Wow, yeah, they kind of all just bum rushed me right there. 23-3. We're not doing too hot, but we're also not doing too bad. Almost got the insta-death from spawning on a teammate, which, as I highlighted in my how to die less video and how to get a better KD, that is something you want to try not to do because, like I said, you don't know what you're getting into, and that is one of the prime examples of just spawning in and dying instantly, and your KD suffers because of it. Ooh. There we go. As long as I'm hitting those headshots, I should be alright. Like I said, the gun isn't top tier in any sense, where it isn't the strongest in any range, so it's more of like an overall kind of use it at a closer range as much as you can, but it can be decent at a medium range. Like I said, if you're hitting the headshots at a medium range, it isn't too bad, but if you're not hitting any headshots, you're going to suffer with this gun, especially at anything further than, like, I think it's 85 studs or something, where you start to go from 3-shot to the body to like 6-shot to the body. That's not good. That is something you really want to avoid, because that means it takes you twice as long to kill someone, and if someone's using something like a simple AR where they can 4-shot to the body, you're going to end up losing. I know, just to give an example here, this gun shoots 125 rounds per minute slower than the G36, so that means that if you're going against a G36 at a range, you're going to lose. This is definitely one of those guns where you really have to stay in your boundaries, and because it doesn't have a super high rate of fire, you will lose those longer gunfights 99% of the time, because even on SMGs that have similar damage to this gun, they do have the high rate of fire, so if you are accurate with it, the rate of fire can kind of help you, and you might be able to win some gunfights, might not, because SMGs usually will have a decent bit more recoil at a range, but it's just one of those things that you have to keep in mind, that you are a ton weaker at a range, and you really need to control yourself overall when you're playing. Definitely takes into mind that learning how to play with your gun and kind of learning the right ways to adapt and use your gun in certain situations is very important here. So I definitely think this gun has, ignore the sub sound again, I definitely think this gun has a little bit of a learning curve compared to most other guns where you really are restricted. And if you don't know your restrictions and your boundaries, you can definitely suffer in an overall sense. So definitely something that you want to take into account when using this gun, because you will suffer. You will, you know, end up dying a lot when you shouldn't have. And it definitely takes time to learn boundaries, as it does with any gun. So basically, enough of that. Let's get on with just normal gameplay right now. We're doing pretty good. We're not doing too terrible. I think we're kind of holding our own in an overall sense, but we definitely could be doing a bit better. We are picking certain gunfights that we shouldn't, and we're running out in the open a lot, so that's definitely going to punish us. But let's see if we can just do quick little peeks right here, and we should be able to pick off most of their team this way. Oh, no, my accuracy. Wow, I went real shaky right there. That wasn't good. That was not good at all. Let's see if we can kind of get over here and catch them spawning, or they can catch us. That was bad. That was very bad. We're getting a little shaky on my aim right now, which is not good. Really got to start hitting these headshots again and making sure that I'm not wasting too much ammo. The one good thing is that since this is a Scar variant, it isn't too hard to find ammo overall for. And that's one thing I really like about guns, because if you do go into certain maps, like there's times where you can use a gun, even if it's a popular gun, it still takes forever to try to find ammo for it, and that really can suck. Like, not being able to find ammo is definitely one of the more frustrating things in the game, but luckily Scar variants, you can pick up ammo off of so many guns, so there really isn't much to worry about. 55 and 6, KD could be a bit better, but like I said, I don't really care about my KD. It's just something that I kind of take note of while making videos. I didn't mean to get stuck right there. He probably got confused that I was randomly just floating, but oh well. I mean, it helped me live. Ooh, see, even right now, I think I'm reloading even when I still have like a bullet or two in the mag that I could get the kill with, because I'm not used to how slow the gun shoots, so I'm expecting myself to be fully mag dumped by then, so got to learn that over time. It's something that will come with experience in a gun, as does everything else. Picked up a decent amount of kills right there. We were a bit shaky, but we managed to pull through, and that's really all that matters. We're going to see if we can go around and kind of pick them off as they're spawning. I know they're managing to get out of their spawn some, because we aren't running a super hard spawn trap at this current moment, and when you're not running a super hard spawn trap, that's when things get a little wild. Bro, wow. I failed to trace him miserably. Alright. Let's just kind of move over. My wrist is in kind of an uncomfortable position, because recording this view with my mouse is hard to do because my webcam doesn't really stretch as far as I wish it did. So having to get this overhead kind of mouse shot for a mouse cam is really awkward and kind of pressurizing on my wrist. I definitely should have died right there. Oh, okay, good. Bro, there's so many of them down here, and I'm tunnel visioning. Woo. Okay, I knew there's people coming up. Thankfully, my teammates were there, and they actually were able to kill that guy for me. Got that guy. Bro, the headshot damage really shines through at times for you. When you get those headshots, you'll see how much it really does help. And, oh my. Getting a decent amount of kills right now. I'm liking this. I'm really liking this. Oof. Like I said, I used to think this gun wasn't even that good. When I used it before, it felt so weak, and it felt like it just genuinely wasn't worth using at all, but definitely would recommend this gun, not gonna lie. Would recommend to try it out. Like I said, the restrictions on this gun are definitely there, and it will take some time to get... Wow. What did I just do? And it will take time to get used to, but definitely worth it in my opinion. A lot better than I remember it being, and I've seen a lot of people using this gun, and it got really popular, but I thought it was just kind of one of those things that like newbier people do. Like, the Scar-L really isn't that great of a gun, but a lot of people still use it. So I thought it was just kind of one of those scenarios where it's just kind of randomly amassed by a lot of people. Like, they see other people using it, and it kind of, you know, domino effects to where everyone starts using it. But I definitely see the appeal in it. I see why people start using this gun, and I definitely agree with the little bit of hype that it has. I don't think there's really any changes I would make to it, in all honesty, because it seems pretty balanced. It doesn't shred at close range because of its rate of fire, and it doesn't shred at long range because of its damage. Definitely good. I really like it. Pretty well balanced gun in my opinion, so really happy with that. It's one of these things that where videos kind of make me branch out to try other guns that I like doing, because it lets me see that there are guns that are pretty decently balanced in the game. And even, like, you could say that the two-shot headshot close range could be a bit strong, but in all honesty, it really isn't, because of how much this gun kind of lacks at a range. So really happy with it. I like seeing guns that are balanced well, and I like seeing things that are made really efficiently and don't really need a lot of complaining about, because, you know, as you guys have seen with my videos, I will complain quite a bit if there are really unbalanced guns, so it is what it is. 95 and 9 to end it off. I'm pretty happy with that. 10.55 KD, really can't complain. Anyways, nonetheless, I hope you guys did enjoy the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.